Right, hello. So today I was on the Spartan Games forums, and I saw some confusion about how carrier action works and how bombers works and all stuff like that. So here I have the Epoch Heavy Carrier, which gives you 3 carrier action. That doesn't mean you get to take 3 elements out of the scrapyard, which by the way is a place in this game where all ships go when they die. It means you get to take 3 tokens and then bring them back out into the game. That's all carrier action means. If you have carrier action of 1, you get to bring out 1 token and then reinforce anything that's within 8 inches of the ship. Otherwise, you will just keep it inside the ship because a wing has to have at least a total value of 2. So that means if you have a saber, a carrier action of 1 would not be able to get it out of the scrapyard. You would need a carrier action of 3 or higher. Of 2 or higher, so 3 would work. So, besides that, people have been confused as to how bombers work. Bombers, their maximum value that they can have inside of one wing is 4 or 5, depending on which faction you are. And you don't want to throw these straight at the enemy, otherwise they'll counter them with interceptors. What you want to do is take them around the side of the battlefield with at least one escort, so one interceptor escort. 2 would be preferable, but it would be an even better target if you have all of your interceptors, well, most of them, and then all of your bombers together. Because then the enemy will try to take their bombers straight at your ships, and then because all of the wings can move in any direction, their full value, so you can immediately go this direction, 16 inches, and lock up an enemy bomber wing or an enemy interceptor wing. That's really how bombers work, and that's about the end of this. I hope that cleared up some confusion for people, because I noticed that on the forums, and this is my only way right now of currently saying it, because I don't feel like creating a account for the Spartan Games forums right now. By the way, I changed the paint scheme on the Epoch. You might have noticed that an episode ago, or a video ago. I'm now using purple instead of gray. Right, and now we're on to Covenant stats. I got all of I hope I cleared up some confusion with the bombers. So, with the Covenant you have the supported variant of the ORS, the unsupported variant. I only have 1 starter box, so I can't show anybody that. Then you have the supported CCS Battlecruiser, the unsupported variant, the oblique formation, and the line formation. Those are all the different formations for the Covenant. So, I'm going to start with the ORS. The movement range is 5 inches, the damage track is 11, 10, 6, and their build rating is 5. So, for the Covenant, the damage track, when it is supported, it gets an extra 1 to the end of the damage track and not to the beginning. So, the weapons are basically the same on here except for the secondary weapons. If it's supported, it'll have plasma torpedoes with the same stats on all of them. If it's not supported, it won't have plasma torpedoes. The Plasma Lance is unique only to the ORS at the moment, and allows you to shoot 3 different targets as long as they're within 6 inches of each other and inside of your firing arc, which is 12 inches. That's close range, so you get a +1, firepower rating of 5. So also with the Covenant, their movement is also -1 every time that they are supported. So unlike the UNSC, these guys do get a movement cripple. So the system loadouts for both of these are the cloaking system, the defense array, the glide, and the point defense. The value for the defense array and point defense are probably going to be different between both. The cloaking system means that at long range, any element shooting at this suffers a -1 on the firepower rating. Glide, you can move sideways 3 inches, or up to 3 inches. You have to move at least half of that if you're going to use that. But you cannot turn, and you cannot move, and you cannot move forward. So for the Plasma Lance on the supported variant, the range is 18, 32, and it gets 14 dice to roll. The Plasma Cannons are 10, 20, it gets 12 dice. Plasma Torpedoes, 5 dice. Oh, never mind, the movement doesn't change on this one, but it does change on the CCS battlecruisers. So the defense array suffers a -1 from up here, and a -3, a -1 from the point defense. So basically the same, except with the plasma cannons, you have 10 instead of 12, and no plasma torpedoes. So that's this right here. Now with the starter box, you don't get enough templates to have unsupported variants of everything, sadly. That's really how it works. So, onto the CCS battlecruisers. As you can see, 7 movement, 8 movement. It's different on these. So the damage track is 874 on the supported and 873 on the unsupported. It has 1 carrier action, defense array, glide, and point defense. It has the plasma lance, which is 12 dice, only 1 target though, and for secondary weapons it has plasma cannons and plasma torpedoes. This does not have plasma torpedoes, and it's basically the same except for the plasma cannons, you only get 9 instead of 10. So, carrier action, like I explained earlier in the video, allows you to bring in 1 token from the scrapyard, not an entire wing. Sheesh. Also, there are point values at the top of the card. I generally don't mess around with these because this is already a 1,000-point game. All of that stuff. So, yeah. So, that was these 2 ships right here. The supported and the unsupported. And now we're going on to the oblique and the line formation. Personally, I don't have a favorite because they're both good at what they do. So, the line formation, they both get to move 9 inches, no matter which formation you're in. They both have the same system loadout of cloaking system, defense array, elusive, glide, and point defense. The damage track is 443 for the line, and 433 for the oblique. It has 1 Hainer, 2 security detail, stuff you've probably already seen in the video. Plasma cannons, 3 die for the line, 4 for the torpedoes. Torpedoes, for all the ships, can only fire out of their frontal arc. That is why there's this little purple arc right here, as you can see, inside. That is for the missiles. These are all for the plasma cannons. So, and then for right down here, we have basically the same, except it's 4 and 3. What cloaking system does, you've already heard, but elusive is a -1, no matter at what range, unless the other ship also has elusive, or the other ship element has elusive. So, if you're shooting at one of these with a Marathon and a Paris class, it's a -1 no matter what, because the Marathon, as the capital ship, does not have elusive, so that doesn't apply, even if the Paris has elusive. So, you have the Covenant Seraph Interceptor, and that's 16 movement range. Contact range is 2 inches, again. It takes 1 flight slot. Bombers, you can have 4 of them in 1 wing. Fighters can go up to 5. Bombers can go on the human side up to 5, except for on the Covenant, they can only go up to 4. So, basically the same stats, except this moves 14 inches compared to the Longsword, which can move 16. Otherwise, it's basically the same with the Longsword. So, then for the boarding craft, we have the Type 28 boarding craft and the Zealots. So, damage track is 4, security detail 2, heroic save trooper, you have to roll a 2, or you have to roll a 2, and that's it. Like I said, I'll get to the assault specialists once we're actually doing a boarding video, which I might do with a friend if I ever have one come over to play this with me and I decide to record it. Right, so heroic save zealot means that anything but a miss or a 2 will get this off the ship. So Spartans, anything but a miss or a skull will get the zealot off the ship. So, for Spartans, anything but a skull will get them off the ship. Zealots, not as awesome as Spartans, but hey, humanity rules. The end. So, just a quick discussion. When I've been playing my games, I've noticed that the Unicy have been really swamping the Covenant in my games. So, what I usually do with them is I usually move them their full movement range, except when I'm trying to keep them in close formation, then I just move them the max range that one of them, that the capital ship can go, and the support elements just go that far as well. So, Unity relies on their Mac cannons. The Covenant rely on getting in close and destroying everybody. That's what the Covenant do. Humans, they're really just glass cannons. They're really easy to take down, and the vulnerability tokens on them just stockpile. They're gone. So that's basically it right there. Hope you all have a good day. So, at the end of the video, I figured I'd just pull my fleets together, just to show you what the starter box has inside of it as for ships. So, this is basically your entire battle group, your entire fleet for the Covenant. It will consist of 3 battle groups, and that's these 4 elements right here, these 2 elements, and then these 3 elements right here. Again, you could probably have an extra with there if you put these supported on this one, but it's really up to you. Then for the Unity, you'll usually have 4 battle groups, and that would be this battle group right here, consisting of these 3, this battle group right here, consisting of these 4, an Epoch and a, well, really whatever formation. I prefer to go with Trident because it's the Epoch's missile based, so might as well be good with missiles. And then a 4th battle group that will deal all of your damage on the ORS if it's still alive. And that is this battle group right here. 2 unescorted marathons, plus 2 arrowhead formations. It's really good at killing Covenant capital ships, basically in one shot if you're within range, because mech value of 2 for each of these, so that's 4, plus 5, 6, instant vulnerability token. So that weakens the ship initially before you even shoot, and then you roll, you probably get another vulnerability token, and then their defense is severely hampered. That's really about it. And for the Covenant, don't let them get close. Do not let the Covenant get close to you if you're the Unity. If you're the Covenant, however, get close to them and burn these mongrels to the ground.